Hello. Hi, guys. My name's Maria Deane. I'm going to be with you for the next hour or so. I'll just wait for a few of you to get on. So Stacey is with me and she's going to put your names down for a reading. So if you'd like a reading, get in now and ask Stacey to put your name down. Just have a look on my phone just in case. So, I've lit a few candles. Hello. Now, that's an impressive name. Mariana, I think. Catherine, hello. Good afternoon. Nice to see you. Angela, lovely to see you. You would love a reading, Angela. Okay. So you're the first one that's asked. Then let's do your reading. Mariana, you're next. So we're going to do Angela first. So Angela, I'm going to do your reading now, Angela. I'm going to work with you now. I'm just shuffling the cards. I'm going to choose a spray for you. And what I've chosen for you is for raising your highest vibration. So raising your vibration, Angela, that's what we have. So spray you, spray me, and spray the cards and see where we go from there. So Angela. For Angela's highest good, if you give her something to look at, please give her the solution. And if loved ones want to come in and give a message, that's okay with us, but only bonds of love are allowed in here. Okay. So Angela. Angela, you need to cut ties with something. There's something in your life that no longer serves you. And so you see this card here, the sword, cutting ties with that no longer serves you. And in comes the owl. So the wisdom comes in once you've cut ties with that no longer serves you. You're the queen of laughter, the queen of fun. But there's a situation in your life, a person, place, or thing, a situation in your life that stopped your laughter a little bit. We've got prick up your ears, which is about a person, a situation or thing that is actions and words don't match up. So somebody in your life whose actions and words don't match up. What they say and what they do are two different things. And so Spirit is saying this is the situation, place, or thing that you need to cut ties with because it no longer serves you. We've got the Queen of Passage, which tells me that you've been there for a long time. So this situation's been in your life for a long time. And now it's time for you to cut ties with that. That situation doesn't work for you anymore. We've got Queen of Hearth and Home. So it's something to do with your home life. But there's a bright spark in it, Angela. And the bright spark is that you have been juggling, doing too much. So all the balls up in the air, and there's not been room for anything new to come into your life. And by cutting ties with that no longer serves you, it brings something new into your life. And that's the message that Spirit have for you today, is you need to cut ties with that no longer serves you. As you cut ties with that no longer serves you, your wisdom comes in. This is a situation that's been going on for a long time. and it makes you feel like you're going a little bit mad because the words and actions around you don't match up. So what Spirit are saying is, if the words and actions don't match up, then what you need to do is look at the action. Love is an action. That's where the love is. So we sometimes desperately want to hear words, and sometimes the words are not enough. And that's what Spirit are saying. Love is an action. You're a strong woman. You've come out the other side of something and you're getting stronger. And now is the time for you to start putting some of them balls down, stop juggling, and let something new come into your life. I'm going to leave it there with you, Angela. Thank you for working with me. Who have we got next? Was it Mariana? Mariana, thank you, Stacey. So we've got Mariana next. Just let me get a little drink. Okay, thank you, Angela. So Mariana, for Mariana's highest good, if you give her something to look at, please give her the solution. If loved ones want to come in and give a message, then that's okay with us. But only bonds of love, only those who've crossed over into the light are allowed in here. So I'm just waiting for Mariana to appear on the screen. There she is. Hello, Mariana. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. It's a beautiful name, and I hope I'm doing it right. I'm doing it a service and not a disservice. So, Mariana, for Mariana's highest good. Fairy of Youth. That is the thief that's blocking you from moving forward. Don't worry, I'll go into more detail with it. Okay, somebody in your life, and it could even be you, but somebody in your life is on the autistic spectrum. So if there's somebody in your life who you kind of often thought, oh, I wonder if they're on the spectrum, then what Spirit are saying is that to trust that instinct. Because if you've had an inclination, they're confirming it for you. That either you or somebody around you who you felt is on the autistic spectrum, then this is confirmation for you. You are the magician. You can succeed at whatever you put your mind to. The problem, Mariana, is that the self-doubt keeps bringing you back. It keeps bringing you back, and it's the thief that's blocking you from moving forward. And we got the Fairy of Youth. So it's something to do with childhood or teenagehood. And it's something to do with not being able to see the truth about yourself. We've got the Lady of Sorrows, which is about maybe some mental health issues like being depressed or feeling really low and feeling really bad about yourself and feeling exhausted. And so, Mariana, what Spirit are saying is that maybe it's time for you to have a look at either you or somebody around you who you felt is on the autistic spectrum. There is a quiz that you can Google. Just Google autistic spectrum, and there's an online quiz that you can do, or whoever you feel like might be on the spectrum if they're willing to do it. And that will give you some idea whether you should go for a diagnosis or whether you need any help. Okay, we've got the Fairy of Naughtiness here, and I don't think you're the Fairy of Naughtiness, but maybe somebody around you is. Yeah, I've got Mariana, you're a blessing, an absolute blessing, and there's joy for your future, and you have a gift. And Spirit want to use your gift. And that's why they're flagging things up for you now at the moment. They're flagging things up for you to look at so that you can raise your vibration and so that you can begin to use your gift. I'm going to leave it there with you. Thank you for working with me. Who's next? Catherine Johnson. So Catherine Johnson. Thank you, Mariana. So Catherine Johnson, for Catherine's highest good. You give her something to look at, please give her the solution. If loved ones want to come in and give a message, then that's okay with us. But only bonds of love are allowed in here. You're welcome, Mariana. You're more than welcome. I hope that's helped. So I'm just hanging around waiting for Catherine to get on. Is Catherine, isn't it? Yeah, Catherine Johnson. Catherine's highest good. You know what, Mariana? I didn't get a spray for you. Now, that is very lax of me, isn't it? Or did I? Did we use the vibration one? We've got magic and protection. So let's do that one for you now. So for you, Mariana, we have magic and protection. That one's for you because I forgot to do it, didn't I? So, and you see that orb that went flying up there? This side, isn't it? It was just up there. That's for you, Mariana. Okay, so now we have Catherine. So Catherine, for you, we've got raising your vibration. So let's do this. That's for Catherine, me, and the cards. So for Catherine's highest good. Just waiting for Catherine to come up so we can connect. So Stace, is Catherine still there? So Catherine Johnson. There you are, Catherine. You are still there. Or are you still there? Yes, you are. Hello, Catherine. How lovely to see you. So, Catherine, for you, I got the spray raising your vibrations. So, let's do that again. You, me, and the cards. So in getting the spray raising your vibrations, have you been feeling a little bit low lately, Catherine? Let's see what the cards have to say. Okay. Okay, we got the Fairy of Naughtiness. So something going on around you, Catherine, that's not quite right. There's something going on around you that's not quite right. Let's have a little deeper look into that. Okay, somebody, situation or person in your life that is a little bit controlling with you. There's some control things happening here. We need to fix it. We've got the fixer here. So there's some situation in your life that needs fixing, Catherine. Okay. We've got Peter Pan. And we've got the Queen of the Day. So somebody's not been so, how can I put it? Somebody around you has been naughty, okay? You've got the Fairy of Naughtiness. So somebody around you has been naughty, okay? So they're not being upfront with you. There's something going on. It's not right. They're not being upfront with you. This situation or person is quite controlling. And it needs to be fixed. We've got the fixer. I mean, you may even be trying to fix this situation. We've got Peter Pan, which tells me it's about somebody who hasn't quite grown up. And we've got Queen of the Day, which tells me that you're not being the queen that you are in your life. And this is Queen of Passage. This has been going on for a long time. This has not just happened. It's something that's been going on for a long time. We have the Juggler. You, like the first one earlier, when there's too many balls up in the air, there's no room for something new to come into your life. That you need something new to come into your life. And you need to let the balls drop so that you can allow something new to come in your life. There's a gentleman in your life who's not well at the moment. And that is the thief that's blocking you from moving forward. You're in two minds about it. There's a decision to be made, Catherine, and you're in two minds about it. You're not sure which way to go. Spirit are saying that you're a blessing, and there's a blessing in this for you. It's a shadow of the past. It's about working through some of your shadows of the past so that you move forward and you don't keep bringing the same situation into your life over and over again. We've got the Fairy of Youth. And what that tells me is that this situation that's in your life now is a situation that was in your life while you were younger. And that's the situation we need to work through so that you can move forward. We've got Tink, this is me, hands on hips, telling you off. And the only telling off you're going to get from me, Catherine, is that you need to be the queen in your own life. You need to put your crown on. You need to be able to, we teach people how to be with us. You need to teach people how to be with you. We've got the Smith. You may even need a little bit of training on how to do that yourself and to change the situation in hand, and so that you can move forward. You've grown a lot. We've got the Fairy of Growth. You've grown a lot. And because you've grown a lot, and maybe you're in a safer space now, that it's time for you to move forward. It's time for you to have a look at the shadow of the past, see some of the patterns that are still there, and to heal them and move forward. I'm going to leave that with you, Catherine. Thank you for working with me. Who's next? You're welcome, Catherine. So we have Claire Topham. So just while we're waiting, I'm shuffle the cards while we're waiting for Claire to get on. Just check that Claire is still here with us so we can make that connection. Because it's good if you stay with us, isn't it, to give you a reading. Oh, you're welcome, Catherine. Thank you for that. So we're just waiting for Claire to come in. Should we pick a spray while we're waiting? Let's see what this one, no label on it, but I know what it is. It's Christ Energy. One of my favorites, this one. Let's have loads and loads of it. So this is for Claire. For Claire's highest good. I think I sprayed it on the screen. So, have we got Claire, Stace? Or will we go for the next one? Because I really don't want to give a reading for somebody who's not here. I want that person to connect with me so that we can give a really good reading for them. Bev Wright. Okay. So, Bev, I see that you're there, Bev. It's lovely to see you. So, I'm going to do another spray, Bev, because we picked that spray for you, but it's still Christ Energy. So it's still Christ Energy. So, but I'll spray it because you are here now and we'll make that connection. So for Bev's highest good. And if you give her something to look at, please give her the solution. And if loved ones want to come in and give a message, then that's okay with us. But only bonds of love, only those who've crossed over into the light are allowed in here. So here we go, Bev. Okay, Fairy of Youth. Thing is, Spirit almost always give me a theme. Okay, so we've got the Fairy of Youth, which tells me that there's something to do, something in your life now that's been happening for a long, long time. Okay, and you keep returning to this point, Bev, over and over again, and it comes from a long way off. It comes from your youth. We've got the Lady of the Forest, and this is about not being somebody with addictions. It's about somebody with addictions. I'm not saying that that's you with addictions, but I'm saying somebody in your life early on had addictions, and that's where it comes from. And that's the thing that needs working through. We've got the Lady of Joy. So you're a lady of joy, but the joy sometimes gets sucked out of you, Bev. We've got, oh no. So the joy's been sucked out of you somehow. You too are juggling. You've got so much going on that you haven't been able to look, maybe you smoking ciggies. I don't think it is, Bev. I think this is about somebody else who had addictions around you. Somebody else who had addictions around you. You're the juggler. You've got so much going on, but we have the paradox, so it's a bit different for you. So the paradox, if you look at this card, it looks like a horrible card, but it's not. You look, it's two sides. So a paradox is contradictory, isn't it? So they can be good, but they can also be bad, and bad can be good, if that makes sense for you. So the paradox of you juggling and trying to sort everything out is we have the Sorcerer, and the Sorcerer is about they're not going to change. Whoever, whatever situation you're trying to juggle, trying to fix, waiting for things to change, it's not going to happen. That is the thief that's blocking you from moving forward. I'm glad you understand. You also are in two minds about it. And when that decision to be made, when you're in two minds about it, you've got two roads. One goes that way and one goes that way. When you're in two minds about it, say you're manifesting something and you're saying, I want to move. And I know this is not for you, but this is an example, Bev. I want to move and I want to have this beautiful house over here. And I love this house and this house is amazing. And I really want to manifest this. And then you start thinking about it and you start thinking, oh, do I deserve this house? Can I afford it? Am I good enough to have this house? Who do I think I am deciding I want to manifest something? How can I manifest it anyway? And then the fear comes in and the fear moves forward. And the fear is the one that you have your emotions to. And the fear is the one you manifest into your life. So what Spirit is saying, with this card, you have to get onto one road with it. You have to make that decision and you have to keep to that decision. And if fear and things come in, then you need to not let them. You need to keep your vision clear and go for what you want to go for. I hope that makes sense for you. You need to do what you love doing and get paid really well for it. So whatever your passion is, Bev, whatever you love doing, whatever's your passion is what you need to do. That's what Spirit is saying. That is what you need to do. That's what you need to go for. We've got the song here, which is about writing a book. It's family, okay. It's about writing a book, Bev. So if you've thought about writing a book, You've thought about putting some stuff down on paper and getting some stuff out, perhaps to do with the family. If you've thought about that, then Spirit are confirming that that's a good idea. That's what you need to do. That will help you with the healing. There's a positive outcome to it. There's a positive outcome to it. You also need to cut ties with that no longer serves you. And as you do that, the wisdom comes in. You have a gift, Bev. You have a gift. And that's why Spirit are bringing this message for you. Okay. So maybe it's in writing things down that you get more clarity. And it's maybe, you know, don't think of it as a book. Maybe just start journaling. Maybe just start writing things down, and then it becomes a book, because that happens too. And I feel like Spirit want to work with you in this area. You are a messenger. So yes, you're a healer, but you're also a messenger, Bev. So you have a message. You have a message to bring to the world. And maybe you don't know what the message is. But maybe in doing this writing, you'll find out what the message is. And you'll be able to do what you've come here to do. So a couple of little orbs back there then. So maybe this is what Spirit want for you. Yeah? So when I wrote my book, Conversations with My Brother, when I wrote my book, that was note paper all over the house where me and my brother were having conversations, and I would write things down. And then it became a book. I didn't think of it becoming a book. I didn't even comprehend it becoming a book. But when we'd finished, my brother said to me, my brother who's passed over said to me, because the book is about him in the spirit world and what happens in the afterlife. And when we did that, he said to me, now you have your book. Get everything together. Get all your bits of writing together. And that's your book. And that's exactly how it came about. So Bev, maybe don't even think about it as a book. Maybe just start writing and see what comes through for you. No? Spirit is saying that you've got a message. And maybe by writing and journaling, you'll find out what your message is. And you'll bring your message for us to the world. Thank you for working with me, Bev. So who's next? You're welcome. So we have Chris. Is it Chris or Chris? Or is it Kirsty? Is it Kirsty? Just let me check. I think it's Krish. Krish. Hello, Krish. There you are. Hello. Nice to see you. Okay, I'm just shuffling the cards. I'm going to get you a spray. And we have got for you for magic and protection. How lovely is that? Let's spray you. Spray me, spray the cards. For you, magic and protection. See where we're going with this. For Krisha's highest good. Only bonds of love are allowed in here. Okay. Guided to get into the middle of the pack for you, Krish, for some reason. Oh, a different one. We've got the Lady of Bedlam, the Queen of Bedlam. This card for me represents ADHD. And it's been going on for a long time. So, Krish, somebody in your life has got ADHD. So whether this be a friend or a family member or even yourself, you have thought that they might be on the spectrum. You have thought that. And This is confirmation that they are. Look at the orb go right by. It's confirmation that they are on the spectrum, that they're ADHD, and the speaker of truth. And it's something to do with a child. Now, whether this is a child, one of your children, or whether this is your inner child that needs looking after, there's something going on with this, and we'll get to the bottom of it. You are a blessing. You're a blessing. But this is the thief that's blocking you from moving forward. Okay. You are in two minds about it. So you've thought about this before. You have thought about this, and you know, your instinct is telling you that they're on the spectrum. We've got ADHD, but we've also got autism. So we've got both, Chris. We've got ADHD and autism, and they kind of do go together quite a lot. So we've got a double diagnosis. And here am I, Tink again, hand on hips, telling you off. Let me see what I'm telling you off for, because it's a shadow of the past. It's a shadow of a past that needs looking after. We've got negative energy, Crush. There's a negative energy around them. So if you're on the spectrum, if you've got, if you're ADHD or on the autistic spectrum, you're very sensitive. And what happens is in our world that we're living at the moment, doctor said autism. Okay. So what happens in our world? Okay, so your mum won't accept it. Mums don't often accept it. But the thing is, Chris, you need to accept it. I'm on the autistic spectrum, and I got diagnosed in 2014. I'm also ADHD. So I have both, but I'm only diagnosed with autism. And, you know, it's sometimes other generations find it hard to accept it. But if it's not mum's diagnosis, it's not for her, then she doesn't need to. So your niece is autistic. Okay, and her mum won't accept it. But you're her auntie and you will accept it. So you can help her in this, Krish. You can be there for her and you can help her in this. Sometimes mums don't accept it. Sometimes parents don't accept it. It is a lot to take in. There's a hidden one, which means subconsciously, the mum's not able to accept it at this moment in time. But we're talking about the negative energy. Let me tell you about the negative energy. If you're on the autistic spectrum and you're an empath, you know, most of us are empaths, and we pick up other people's feelings all the time. And if we keep picking up other people's feelings, we end up having meltdowns because we don't know what feelings are ours and what feelings are other people's. And this is probably what's happening with your niece. And because there's so much fear in the world at the moment, it's really hard to keep on top of keeping your third eye closed so that you don't bring that negative energy into yourself, and you don't cause yourself to have a lot of problems. It's a shadow of the past. So the shadow of the past is blocking her at the moment from coming through. Okay, so Chris, why is Spirit bringing this up with you, you being the auntie? Shall we ask that question? Because you're empathic too, and she is very afraid. Oh, I am so sad to hear that. There is nothing to be afraid of. Autism, all it is a different way of processing. It's just a different way of processing. It's just a way that we think differently, and we process our emotions differently. Most people on the autistic spectrum are open and honest. And what you see is what you get. They do what it says on the tin. They get very mixed up with fake people and having fake people around them. They get very mixed up with a lot of neurotypical people because they don't do the same dance. And that's all it is. If you think about it, anybody who's done anything for our world has been on the autistic spectrum because they've thought differently, because they've got a different way of thinking. I think it's a really positive thing. But I understand her fear. But she just needs some advice with it, and somebody who understands her condition, that it can help her and explain to her that actually it's not a bad thing. Yeah, it's like, oh no, she's going down the path of it's a bad thing when it actually isn't. So just a little bit of knowledge. A little bit of knowledge will help. So you need to have some fun and some laughter, you know? So there's a lot of grief around, Christian. I feel like Spirit are saying that you're going to be the one that she's going to come to. You're going to be the one that's going to be able to help her. You're going to be the one who's going to be able to give her what she needs, because Mum's not able to at the moment, but you will be able to. You know, read some stuff. Read some stuff about it and be there for her. Fairy of growth, you know. This will help her. It will help her grow. I'm going to leave that love with you. Thank you for working with me, Krish. You know, I got diagnosed in 2014 and it was the best thing that ever happened to me. It was the first time in my whole life that made sense to me about some of the stuff that I had gotten into in my life that I know other people hadn't done or would have seen come in. You know, sometimes it was like you don't see the red flags till they're up in your face, till it's too late. And you learn many, many lessons in this. There's many lessons along the way. And that's part of it, is not being able to see that until it's right there in your face. And then sometimes it's too late. So I'm glad that she loves you to bits. And I think that you're going to be a real asset to her and you're really going to be able to help her. Thank you for working with me. So we've got Nina next. So Nina Marling. Hello, Nina. How lovely to see you. Right, let me get the cards together. It's for Nina's highest good. Let me get a spray. I'm forgetting everything today, aren't I? Ascended Master, Lord Maitreya. Lovely. There's a lovely one. Smells really nice as well. I wish you could smell it on here. Look at the orbs. Nina, did you see them orbs? They were lovely orbs. So I guess Lord Maitreya, they like this Lord Maitreya spray. So this is for Nina's highest good. You give her something to look at, please give her the solution. If loved ones want to come in and give a message, that's okay with us, but only bonds of love are allowed in here. Nina, we've got the big behind. I'm sure this is not your bottom. I am positive of it. It could be mine, but that's what we've got, the big behind. And I'm only joking. What the big behind means is that there's not a whole load of therapy to be done. But there is some patterns, and it's like glancing over your shoulder and seeing some patterns that are in your life and thinking, oh, do I want to keep these patterns or do I want to change them? You keep returning. You keep returning to the same point over and over again. They love the scent. I think they do, Nina. I think they do. Spirit do love them. You keep returning to the same point over and over again. and it makes you poorly. We've got the Lady of the Forest. It makes you poorly, Nina. You have a question. There's a question that you've been asking, and we're going to answer that now. So what you know the question. We don't need to know it, but you know the question, and this is your answer. You are the magician. You can succeed at whatever you put your mind to. Your self-doubt is the thief that keeps blocking you from moving forward. Spirit is saying that whatever you choose to do, whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. But your self-confidence comes and it drops and it brings you back. And that comes from a shadow of the past. We need to change that. That is what's blocking you from living your dreams. That is what's blocking you from moving forward, Nina. The shadow of the past. So somebody in your life, whether it be in childhood or teenage years or relationships, or somebody in your life told you you couldn't succeed and said things that weren't very nice about you to you. And the messages that they gave you hurt you, and they're still there. And what Spirit is saying is, you need to move forward within that. There's some self-love that needs to happen. Some inner child work. So that we all have little boys and girls inside of us who need loving and need taken care of. And some of us grew up with parents who are caregivers who maybe weren't the best with their mental health and caused us to not be the best with our mental health by maybe calling us names or saying we'll never succeed or we're not good enough. And as little girls and boys, this is what came into our hearts. And this is a pattern that we start playing out. And so when it comes to a time in your life when you've grown spiritually and you're feeling better, you take no notice of that and you are successful. How wonderful is that, Nina? That is wonderful. But maybe, why would Spirit bring it up? Maybe it's about you being even more successful. Yeah? This has been Queen of Passage. It's been happening for a long time. You're strong. You are. You're the speaker of truth. But there is some training that you need doing, like all of us. There is some training that you need doing, and that might be some inner child work. So low tide, okay. So that might be some inner child work to help you be even more successful in what you do. So that might be, I'm going to do one more card for you. So Spirit, what is it you want for Nina, Spirit? What is it you want for Nina? Okay. Nina, you are a messenger. You have a message to bring to the world. And to find your message and bring that message out. That's what Spirit wants for you. Queen of laughter, queen of fun. Inner child work. We've got the child. Inner child work is what Spirit are leading you towards, Nina. And they're leading you towards inner child work so that you can heal that little girl, so that she can conquer the world and do what she's come here to do and bring the message to the world. We've got the big behind, which tells me that it's not a whole lot of therapy. It's a matter of looking at some patterns and changing them patterns. And that's all it is, looking at some patterns and changing them. Thank you for working with me. Okay, so Who have we got next? Lisa Joe. So, hello, Lisa Joe. Nina, thank you for working with me. Just let me get a drink. So while we're waiting for Lisa to get on, I will get a spray. Lily of the Valley. For peace and tranquility. How lovely. Hello, Lisa Joe. Lily of the Valley for peace and tranquility. Oh, that smells so beautiful. Okay. So, Lisa Joe. For Lisa Joe's high is good. If you give her something to look at, please give her the solution. If loved ones want to come in and give a message, then that's okay with us. But only bonds of love are allowed in here. Okay. So, oh, we've got the big behind, and you saw me shuffle them, but we've got the big behind again, Lisa Joe. I'm sure this is not your bottom. We've got the crone as well. There's something in your life that's a little bit controlling at the moment. You are the lady of magic, the lady of unicorns, but there's some patterns that are controlling something in your life at the moment, Lisa Joe. Queen of Hearth and Home. Now, whether that's that you want to move home or something's happening in your home, we've got the Fairy of Youth. And perhaps it's your childhood home. Perhaps it's your childhood home that something's happening and that you've got a question about. We've got the question. So you have a question at the moment, and this question, the Magician, this question is, it is your bottom. My bottom too, Lisa. My bottom too. Okay, so the Magician is about doing what you love doing. It's about putting your mind to be successful about anything. And whatever it is, you will succeed at. You will succeed at it. It's a shadow of the past. And maybe it's about letting go of some things from the past that you need to let go of, because that will help you move forward. We've got the Sorcerer, which is about hard to change. It's a hard thing to change, to let go of. This is stopping you from living your dreams. Stopping you from living your dreams. We've got the Queen of Passage. So this has been going on for a long time with you, Lisa Joe. This isn't just something new. This has been going on for a long time. You're the speaker of truth. And there is joy for your future. You have some trauma, some PTSD. There's some trauma for you to work through. There's some trauma for you to work through. And it's to do with leaving. It's to do with leaving. And it's for you to work through this stuff. Does any of that make sense to you, Lisa Joe? It's hard with the delay on here, isn't it? Because I feel like I need to bring spirit in. Trauma especially. Okay. And I feel like the trauma is still there with you. And I feel like you need to have some help to work through that trauma. Okay. And so Lisa, this is what Spirit are saying, and they're helping you to move forward. Because if you live in the past, you stay in the past. If you've got one foot in the past and one foot in the future, then you're stuck, you can't move. So you want joy and positive for your future. We've got the Prince of Light coming into your life, Joe. Lisa Joe. We've got the Queen of the Day. So it's about you wearing your crown. It's about you being the queen that you are. It's about you moving forward. You need a little bit of training. The Smith is about training to help you move into the future and into the present rather than the future. Because if you live in the future as well, it never comes. So you need to live in the present. So you need some help, some training with doing that. Okay, I'm going to leave that with you. I feel, Lisa Joe, that there's a deeper reading here for you. I feel like there's a much deeper reading here for you. But at the moment, I don't think you're ready for it. It's like, oh no, don't tell me that. That's what I'm getting. But I feel like if you do this work that Spirit have coming up for you, and you do that work, I feel like you're gonna grow so much that you're not even gonna know yourself. And I think you're in two minds about it. You're in two minds about it. But Spirit are saying it's a positive result. There will be joy for your future. It's a positive result. But there's a little bit of work that you need to do. There's some patterns that are blocking you from moving forward. And that's what they're saying. Thank you for working with me. So who have we got next? Kelly. So Kelly O'Neill. How lovely to see you. Haven't seen you for a long, long time. So Kelly, if you'd like to come and join us. Let's get a spray. And we have Christ energy for you, Kelly. And me. And the cards. So we have Christ energy. So just wait for Kelly to join us. I'll shuffle while we're waiting. There you are, Kelly. Oh, it has been a long time, hasn't it? I think it's been years. So Kelly, how are you? Just shuffling the cards for you. The spray we got was the Christ energy. And let's see where we're going with this. Okay. Okay, we've got the Sorcerer. This is about somebody, situation, something in your life that is not going to change. So if you are waiting for something to happen and for something that's going to change, Spirit are saying it's not going to change. I'm glad you're awesome. That's cool. They're saying it's not going to change. The dreaming. If you have dreams and you're waiting for somebody or something to change so that you can fulfill these dreams, forget it. They're not going to change. The thing is, you can change, Kelly, and you can go for your dreams. And that's what Spirit are saying. Don't let any situation, place or thing stop you from going for your dreams. We have the Queen of the Golden Bough. The Queen of the Golden Bough is about the new golden energy that we're coming into. You know, the connection that humanity is beginning to get with each other. You know, there's a whole lot of disconnect and a whole lot of fear in humanity at the moment. And things get worse before they get better. And things have got worse and worse and worse. But now they're going to get better. And it's coming into that new golden energy. And Kelly, you are part of that. You are part of bringing in this new golden energy. You're a bright spark. Okay, we've got the Green Woman. So you like being out in the forest, and you like being near the trees and near nature. And there's a very, very much, you like that energy. And that's part of what you've brought to bring in. You've brought this in with you. Does that make sense to you, Kelly? Just shuffling them again. Some other cards. Okay. You are the Lady of Joy. And you want to bring that joy with you. We've got the Queen of Bedlam, which for me represents ADHD. So you or somebody in your life who's ADHD, you need to write a story. You need to write down things, Kelly. You need to start writing things down. And I feel like there's a story that you have that needs to come out. And the story is about challenges that you've had. And it's about a shadow of the past. And it's about change. And it's about moving you forward to somewhere where you never thought you could be. So changing that story and writing about that story is what will help change that story. I hope that makes sense to you. Begin writing. You have a message to bring to the world, and that is your message. That is your message, Kelly. It's about the challenges that you've had. It's what you've brought to this world and the challenges that you've had. And that's your message, and that will help a lot of people. Help a lot of people. So just do one at a time. Just begin to write. Just write it down. You don't have to think of it as a book or has the end product. You just need to start writing it down and see what happens. That's what they've got for you, Kelly. That's what Spirit are bringing forward for you. Thank you for working with me. Okay, so who have we got next? Natalie Dunn. You have overcome them, Kelly. And now it's time to show people how you've overcome them and give some support and some help to people who maybe are still going through the challenges and need some help. And you have that. You can help them with it. So this is a new phase for you, Kelly, that's coming up. So we have Natalie. So Natalie Dunn. So while we're waiting for Natalie, I'm going to shuffle the cards. I'm going to have a drink. I don't think we got many orbs today, guys, did we? We got a few, but not many. Or maybe I was too busy concentrating on the cards that I didn't notice them. Did anybody else notice them? Natalie, hello. This is for Natalie's highest good. If you give us something to look at, please give her the solution. And the spray that I've got for you, Natalie, is Magic and Protection. And the cards. Okay. Magic and Protection. Okay. Sorry, guys. I just saw something on my candle. It looked like a ladybird on my candle. Don't want it getting burnt. I'm going to have to move it. Okay. Come. Wasn't on the flame of the candle. So Natalie's highest good. Okay. Lord of the Forest. The Lord of the Forest is about addictions. Okay, and when I say addictions, it doesn't have to be alcohol or drugs. We can be codependent, we can be addicted to fixing people, we can be addicted to cigarettes, we can be addicted to anything, absolutely anything. But if it's an addiction, it's causing problems in some area of your life. And we've got the juggler, maybe too much going on. It can be work as well. Maybe there's too much going on. Maybe you're addicted to work, Natalie, and you don't have time for yourself and you don't have time to do the things that you would love doing. The temptation is, okay, so I've got the temptation is that you are strong. We've got the rocks. You're strong, you're solid, you've been through a lot, you've come out the other side of that, and you're really good at what you do, and you have a gift, and it's a very positive gift. You have a couple of positive people in your life that really help you and that you talk to and they talk to you. You're in two minds about things. There's a decision to be made and you're in two minds about it. Spirit is saying you need to do what you love doing and get paid really well for it. And it's to do with your challenges as well. And it's a shadow of the past. And it's to do with going through your sorrows. Maybe, you know, you've come through the other side of a lot of things that have brought you down and coming out the other side of it. And you're a bit of a fixer. We've got the fixer. So you're a bit of a fixer. Have a little faith, Natalie. Have you got faith in yourself? Spirit are saying you're exhausted, having issues with work. You're exhausted. Okay. Just bear with me. We're looking at the Prince of Light. Have you got a Prince of Light in your life? Change is happening. Change is happening at work. And you need to write it down. Something is happening at work that you need to write down. Change is happening. You also are the magician. You succeed at whatever you put your mind to. And you also have a message to bring to the world. But Natalie, you keep returning to the same point over and over again. So the situation that's happening in work, it's not the first time that it's happened. It's happened before. And what Spirit are saying is that that comes from a pattern that you have in your life, that a shadow of the past that needs looking at. So that, look at that orb that went up, that needs looking at so that you can move forward in this. You have a gift. And to use for Spirit to use your gift, there's a little bit of shadow work for you to do because it brings you back to this same place over and over again. You're dealing with it properly now. That's good. I'm so glad to hear that. You're in two minds about it. So there's a decision to be made within this, Natalie. And this is the decision that you need to make. You need to do what you love doing and get paid really well for it. That's what spirits say. That's the decision. Whatever your passion is, whatever you love doing, that's what you need to do. That's where your heart lies. That's where your passion lies. And that's what's going to be more favorable for you. I'm going to leave it there for you. Thank you for working with me. So we have come to time now. We've come to time now. Sorry, Mel, we've just come to time now. It's just after 5. But I will be with you again in a fortnight's time. And there'll be somebody on later to have a reading with. Thank you all for being there. And I will see you all soon.